And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Great American Irish Festival is July 27th and 28th. Bill Berry is our guest along with Jeff Ball, and we're talking about the event. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Irish Cultural Center, which the funding or the funds, that the profit that you make goes to the Irish Cultural Center, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well, not only the building itself, but also cultural events that will occur within the building.
Mm-hmm. And the same group that operates the Great American Irish Festival and is going to be operating the Cultural Center also puts on the parade, yes?
Yes, we have the large umbrella that oversees all of those activities is called the Great American Irish Festival. Underneath that umbrella, there's a separate board that oversees the Cultural Center and a separate board that oversees the Irish Fest and some of the other activities like the parade that we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you know what, Jeff, there's always been a very heavy Irish influence in our area, and a lot of that is attributable to the Erie Canal.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, a lot of Irish came over to seek employment here and build the Erie Canal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one of them, maybe one of the most prominent from those days, has got a French-sounding name.
Yes.
But came from Ireland.
John Devereux.
Right.
Yes.
And he was the first, as I recall, the first Grand Marshal, talking about parades, the first Grand Marshal of Utica St. Patrick's Day.
Of Utica Parades, yes. Yeah. And also happened to be the first mayor of Utica. And I think it was 1840, something like that.
And he and his brother started what became the Savings Bank of Utica. So
yes,
a lot of history there. And one of the nice things about that Irish Cultural Center, Bill, is that some of that history will be able to be on display.
Yeah, we've formed a committee, really, Joe, that you're familiar with because you've recently joined that committee, where we will display, we will have all kinds of cultural events. As Jeff just mentioned, part of the fundraising we do through the festival goes towards the center, but not just the building itself, but to be able to fund some of the things that we'll be able to host at the Cultural Center. We'll have dance groups coming in, all kinds of Irish activities that'll take place there.
Well, I marched in the parade. I thought it was a big success, this past parade, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a great day. It was tough for the pipe band.
Because it was cold.
Because it was cold.
Yeah.
So we had a couple cancellations there. It's very difficult for them to play. Mm-hmm. And so that, a little disappointment that morning. But the parade came off without a hitch and big success. And it draws a lot of people in Utica. It's a big event.
Yeah.
Right.
You mentioned a field, that field where the pipe bands are. There's also camping in those fields, yes?
Well, that's true, and we do have an awful lot of people that camp at the grounds. They'll bring motorhomes in. We have people staying in tents. That's a big activity for us. But what we also do in that field is we're going to have the New York State Championship Highland Games this year. Last year was the first year we held the Highland Games as they are today for us. There were rugby games and things that took place in the past. But last year we called them the True Highland Games, where it's like a decathlon of Irish events, really. And it was so popular, it was in the field that's in the back where they have the bagpipe competition. So as people come in the back gate, they would see these Highland Games taking place. And we had a lot of people just staying there, not actually coming into the festival until later. So it was very popular, and this year we're having several teams coming in to participate in that. So we were chosen to host the New York State Championships for the Highland Games this year.
Jeff Ball, the parking has, as long as I can remember, been free, but you've got a little bit of a different slant on it.
Little twist this year. We found an organization this year. The organization we had last year, because of a change in their structure and so forth, said that they couldn't do it this year. So we approached the Notre Dame's ROTC. And the kids there and their leadership agreed, and so they'll be down. And what we thought we'd do is ask for a $1 donation to park, and that'll go to the Notre Dame's ROTC program for their, trips and so forth. So they're looking forward to it. It'll benefit them, and so it's a win-win for everybody.
I was just going to, you took the words out of my mouth, a win-win. You mentioned you wanted to talk a little bit about the whiskey tasting, Bill.
Yeah, we started that venue about 3 years ago. We host about 5 tastings a year. We're going to have 5 this year. And I think, and we've done it for 3 years and had 5 tastings, so we've had 15 tastings. 13 of the 15 have been sold out. So you can get tickets on sale in advance off of our website for that, and so if someone's interested in participating in the whiskey tasting, it's about a 40-minute exercise. We bring someone in from a whiskey distillery that talks about how the whiskey is made, blended, how it's aged, and then we'll have 3 or 4 samples of that type of whiskey that they'll get a chance to taste.
The event, like a lot of events, we're just coming off the Boilermaker, very successful Boilermaker. Volunteer driven, and your event is volunteer driven.
It sure is.
How many volunteers do you think you have in there?
We'll have about 250 when it's all said and done, and that's not counting the committee. We probably have another 30 or 35 people on the committee. So we're probably approaching close to 300 people that make this festival happen.
Is it too late, Jeff, for somebody that wants to get involved?
No, it's not. Many of the venues are full, but there are still some out there. If somebody is interested in volunteering, they can go right to our website, greatamericanirisfest.com or GAIF.us, and click on volunteer and sign up.
The kinds of jobs that you're looking for people to fill would be from what to what?
Oh, everything from setup and takedown to whiskey tasting event to our cultural building that's down there at the festival. It goes on and on. Beer, tent, wine tent, making slushies at the wine tent. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
So we need all sorts of volunteers.
And we come back, let's talk a little bit about, you've got a lot of, in addition to music, you've got a lot of vendors and food down there. Let's talk about that when we come back. Okay. We're talking about the Great American Irish Festival. Short break, right back.